Web development is a dynamic and exciting field that powers everything we see on the internet today. By understanding how websites work, the role of core technologies like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and the differences between front-end and back-end development, learners gain a solid foundation to build their own websites and applications. In the next module, we will dive deeper into HTML and learn how to structure web pages efficiently. This will be the first step in creating professional and responsive websites. The role of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript in web development. Welcome to this exciting section where you will discover the fundamental building blocks of web development, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. If you've ever wondered how websites are created, these three technologies are at the core of everything you see and interact with on the internet. Think of a website as a house. HTML acts as the foundation and framework, giving the structure and layout. CSS works like the paint, interior design, and decorations, making it visually appealing. JavaScript adds the electricity, plumbing, and automation, making everything functional and interactive. By understanding these three technologies, you'll be able to create visually stunning, functional, and interactive web pages. Let's explore them one by one. 1. HTML. The structure of web pages. What is HTML? HTML, Hypertext Markup Language, is the fundamental language used to create and structure web pages. It defines the layout and content of a web page, such as headings, paragraphs, images, links, tables, and buttons. HTML is not a programming language, it is a markup language that uses tags to organize content. These tags tell the web browser how to display elements on the page. Key features of HTML. 1. It defines the structure of a web page. 2. It creates hyperlinks using anchor tags to connect different pages. 3. It embeds media like images, videos, and audio. 4. It forms the foundation upon which CSS and JavaScript enhance styling and functionality. How does HTML work? HTML uses tags to define elements on a web page. These tags tell the browser how to display content. For example, using the displayed code. H1 defines a heading, like a title. P defines a paragraph, for text content. IMG displays an image. A creates a clickable link to another page. Imagine you are visiting an online news website. The headlines, article text, images, and links to other articles are all structured using HTML. Just like a newspaper needs a layout to organize stories, HTML provides the structure to organize content on a web page. Now that you understand how HTML provides structure, let's move on to CSS, which adds the style and visual appeal. 2. CSS. Styling and layout control. What is CSS? CSS is a style sheet language used to style and format the appearance of HTML elements. It allows developers to control colors, fonts, spacing, layout, animations, and responsiveness of a web page. Key features of CSS. 1. It adds visual styling such as colors, backgrounds, and fonts. 2. It controls page layout and positioning of elements. 3. It makes websites responsive so they work well on mobile, tablet, and desktop screens. 4. It adds animations and effects to enhance user experience. How does CSS work? CSS works by selecting HTML elements and applying styles to them. Here's an example displayed on your screen. The H1 selector makes headings blue, larger, and centered. The P selector changes paragraph text font, spacing, and color. Types of CSS. There are three main ways to apply CSS to a web page. 1. Inline CSS. Applied directly within an HTML tag. 2. Internal CSS, written inside a style tag in the HTML document. 3. External CSS, recommended written in a separate file and linked to the HTML. For instance, think of Instagram's user interface, the clean layout, the different font styles, the vibrant colors, and the way posts are arranged. All of this is controlled using CSS. Now that your web page has structure and style, it's time to add interactivity and functionality with JavaScript. JavaScript. Interactivity and functionality. What is JavaScript? JavaScript is a programming language that adds interactivity, logic, and dynamic functionality to web pages. While HTML defines structure and CSS handles design, JavaScript makes a website interactive. Key features of JavaScript. 1. It handles user interactions, e.g., form submissions, button clicks. 2. It creates dynamic content without reloading the page. 3. It enables animations, pop-ups, and real-time updates. 4. It powers web applications like online calculators, chat apps, and games. JavaScript is a programming language that runs in your browser. It listens for user actions and responds accordingly. Here's a basic JavaScript example on your screen that displays an alert when you click a button. You can also use JavaScript to change HTML elements dynamically, as displayed on your screen. When the button is clicked, JavaScript updates the paragraph text. JavaScript and websites you use every day. Facebook and Instagram use JavaScript for real-time notifications. Google Maps allows you to drag and zoom maps dynamically. Amazon updates the shopping cart instantly without reloading the page. Imagine you are filling out an online registration form. When you click Submit, JavaScript checks whether you entered a valid email and password before sending your information. If you made a mistake, it alerts you to correct it without refreshing the page. Now that you have structure, style, and interactivity, you are ready to start building amazing websites.